All right, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well with the time change, moving an hour forward. But we are playing the final game of this weekend for, I believe, the third, fourth place. This time taking on a new opponent, the Quad City Ice Eagles. 15-minute periods, 4 periods 1 and 2 with a no stop clock. And then third period will be 12-minute stop clocks. First face-off here. Smith with it, trying to get right up the middle, recovers it, sends it in deep. Fallis to retrieve behind the net. Fallis looking for Smith again, couldn't quite connect. And Quad City's going to come away with it out in front of their own net, working it deep into Des Moines. Inches up, shot attempt taken here at ping off of the rail. No good. Right out here in front. Des Moines brings it in against Smith behind it there. Gets it taken, loses it, trying to find somebody to get it off to in the corner. Going to get it overtaken by Marin, who forwards it up. Intended for McDaniel. Puck gets to him, but can't maintain control. Quad City's going to send it back in deep. Bentz with it, cross ice pass. Picked up this time by Marin. Marin sends it in deep, follows it. It also has two people there. Quad City's going to get to it first on the far side. Van Tilburg keeps it in once and twice. And not as lucky on the third time. Bounces up over a stick. Quad Cities recover, working their way up. Gets around one. Backhanded pass stopped by Van Tilburg just out in front of the net. Going to work it away. This netting doesn't do anything to help with visualizing. This is that rink that we played in Kansas a couple weeks ago. There's no real good vantage point, so you have to get a little creative sometimes. On the drop, Yohi to take it this time. Yohi wins it. Puck carried in by Des Moines. Loses it over on the wall. Yohi and Smith both in the mix there. Smith to, looks like Fallis. Fallis back over to Yohi. Puck almost sent out, kept in by Pembroke. Changes hands a few times over on the far side. Fallis on it, tries to dump it in the middle. No man there. Yohi now to touch it. Yohi with it, gives it to Smith. In the shuffle, up and over the top, down here below us to Pembroke. Gets around him. Quad Cities goes around, loses it. Pembroke to recover. Sends it down to McDaniel. McDaniel with it. Des Moines trades out as they pass. McDaniel with this shot. And a save. $11:19 on the clock as it continues to count down. Over on the far side, Marin, 87, to take center. Puck's down, Marin wins it, gets it over to his left winger. Puck barely comes over the blue line. Goldie there with it. Offsides called against Des Moines. We'll reset. Marin again on the drop. Marin again with another win on that face-off. Sends it back to the D man. Bentz picks it up, forwards it up, retrieved to Welch. Welch passes to McDaniel. McDaniel with this shot. That one no good. Deflected away. Stays in play though. Bentz keeps it in at the line. Sends it up and across ice. Picked up by Quad Cities. They're going to dump it out of the zone. Stopped by Goldie. He's got one on each side and one out in front. Brings it into Quad City zone. Hands it off to Marin. Marin in the corner to do pass, it looks like. Fallis waiting down range for it. Didn't get through. Quad Cities changed direction. Brought it in and out of neutral zone. Picked off of Quad City's stick by the Bucs. Gets it back into neutral. Quad City's attempts to send it back. Yogi not letting him have it very far. He's going to bring it in and out of neutral, working his way up. Yogi sends it to DePass. DePass can't connect on the shot. Still has it on the far side. Sends it. Van Tilburg keeps it in. Van Tilburg with this slapper. And that one's just high. Follis recollects it with, sends it to DePass, who responds by sending it back. Yogi in the mix, picks it away from the Ice Eagles. Quad City finds it behind the goal line, sends it around. Pembroke to stop and send it back in deep. DePass to pick it up. DePass intended for Yogi, gets it scrambled. Quad City's come out of the zone with it. Works around Pembroke. Pembroke still fighting for it. Van Tilburg now getting in the mix. Quad City is maintaining control. Gets it pass out. That pass and the shot attempt's going to go wide by Quad Cities. Down in the corner, Pembroke sending it up to Hildebrandt now. Graham working around two. Gets it dumped off of his stick just as he passes into Quad City's zone. Hildebrandt again took it over at the red line. Didn't make much forward progression. Recollects on it. Looking to find somebody to send it to. McDaniel to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt with a trip. No call. Hildebrandt chases it down. Going to get some help from Vince coming off from the blue line. Quad Cities pass it around. Hildebrandt gets in between. Breaks up the pass. Sends it back to Vince. Vince sends it back up forward. Smith touches it. Slows it down. McDaniel trying to get around. Hildebrandt off of the far boards. McDaniel now in the corner. Hildebrandt and Smith both on either side. Quad City is going to take it. Tap it off of the glass out of their zone. Des Moines defense players pass it back and forth. Vince now to come with it, in and out. Has one out in front. Tries to go right up the middle with them. Shot deflected. Another shot attempt. Scott short. Welch out in front. Tries to respond to get it in. Quad City's back in their zone. Dump it out to their man in the middle. Maintain forward possession. Dump it in just inside of Des Moines' blue. Des Moines recovers it. Des Moines with speed. Loses it right at the red line. Marin tips it off of the stick. Quad Cities recover. Get around several players there. Shot and save. And my apologies, that save was actually made by Elliott. We have a goaltender change. So give credit back to that properly. Goldie with the shot, it goes wide. And we have a delayed penalty. 6:12, period 1 remaining. We get a hooking call. Hooking going to be against Quad City Ice Eagles. First power play of the game going to Des Moines Buccaneers. Yogi is going to be the one on the drop here. Yogi wins the face-off, but Quad Cities is going to come in and take it away, maintaining forward progression in and out of neutral zone. Works their way down, gets it tipped off the stick, back in neutral. DePass picks it up. He gets around one, coming back side of the net. Keeps it around, looking to send it to somebody. Gets around, tipped off of his stick. Van Tilburg keeps it in, sends it down the boards. Smith, forward progression around. DePass going to pick it up in this corner. Yohi and Smith both backside running into each other. Yohi now and Smith to collect, sends it around to pass, collects, sends it down the line. Looking for his D-man who wasn't there. Goldie going to chase it down, pick it up deep in Iowa zone. Goldie working off the wall, sends it out into the mix. Smith to recover it. At the red line, dumps it in. Quad Cities to respond, picks it up, sends it way down deep into Iowa territory, and that's going to be an icing call. As the clock's continuing to count down, so does the penalty clock, which means during all of this time it takes for us to clear from one end to the other, we run out the rest of our power play. So as soon as this puck drops, we are back to 5-on-5. Marin with it. Loses this face-off over on the far side. Fighting for it is Hildebrandt. Backside of the net. Quad Cities recover it, bring it around, stop just shy of the red line by Pembroke. Pembroke able to get it back into the zone. Only person there is Quad Cities. They forward it up in neutral. Keep it going into Bucs territory. Along the wall and in the corner, puck comes out and chases the boards all the way around. Far side. McDaniel there with it, trying to get it to Marin. Pembroke now chasing it down into the corner. Puck again on the far side. Quad Cities keep it in at the red line. Elliott finds it around the outside, sends it back in deep to his man. McDaniel with it on the far side now. Up to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt with double coverage. Can't maintain the pass. Quad Cities send it out. Des Moines recover in neutral, send it back. Quad Cities to respond, send it back. Vince this time gets a backhanded tip on it. Up and over to Race Hildebrandt. Running it down, not going to get to it before Quad Cities does. They're going to pass it far across the ice, up off of the boards. Puck goes high. Smith and Follis all in the mix. Smith with it, gets it tipped off of the stick right in front of the net. Puck gets over Baker's stick at the line. Van Tilburg going to pick it up deep in Iowa territory. Sends it up into neutral. Puck was tipped off, lost some of its momentum. Quad Cities bring it back in. Another return to sender by Van Tilburg into neutral. Follis gets in on it as well. Tries to keep it from going into Des Moines zone. Puck exchanges hands several times. Quad player dekes around a few, takes a shot. Elliott with a save, loses it to the ice and pounces on it. .2:15 left to go, period one, still a no-score game against Quad City Ice Eagles and Des Moines Junior Bucs White. Puck is down. Yogi trying to clear it out, again with some help from DePass. It's going to get sent in deep. And icing against Des Moines. Yohi again on the draw for Des Moines. Puck is down. Yohi with it. Quad Cities come away against the boards. Kind of that blind corner there. Hard to see. Goldie tripped up, loses his skates. Des Moines with it, fighting for it as they bring it into the zone. McDaniel there with pressure. Just a one-arm shove against McDaniel into the boards. Loses control of it. Regains it. Dumps it back to DePass. DePass tries to pass it back up. Goldie right at the line, dumps it back in deep. DePass tries to chase it down, not going to get there first. Quad Cities continue momentum. Brought into the zone. Pembroke stops him short. A little bit of shoving back and forth going on both sides. Marin with it. He's got 2 behind. Sends it up to Smith. Smith to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt tripping to work around 1. Gets it back to Smith. Smith looking for that post. Marin and Hildebrandt both waiting for it. And period 1 is brought to an end with that buzzer. Again, so far no score game. We'll have another 15-minute no-stop clock period in the second coming up here soon. All right, back to the second period here. 15 minutes up on the wall. Refs taking their time. Moseying on out. Marin on the face-off. Wins it. Des Moines going to be the first to clear it out of neutral. Smith behind it with speed. Backhanded, going to go behind the net. He's going to be the first one there to recover for it. Marin now with it, changes direction, trying to lose pressures. There's 3 of them there in the line and now fighting along the boards for it. And in all of that mix, camera is able to see better than I can, but there was a roughing call at 19 seconds into this second period, that puts Des Moines Bucs, back on a power play. Iowa Center's sub out, Yohi on it this time. Backhanded shot attempt goes wide for Des Moines. Des Moines recollects on it. Follows out of the corner, gets it to Yohi. Yohi can't get there in time. Smith recovers it on this side of the net. Follis now in the corner. Follis trying hard to sweep it away. Gets it dumped back. Quad City's going to be the first one to get there. Then Tilburg knocks it in. Play again over on the far end over there. Follis and Yohi both working it off the boards. Yohi away with it. Hands it right over to Quad Cities. Van Tilburg waiting for it. Knocks it off of that Quad City stick. Puck sent around the world, kept in on the far side by Bentz. Moyne again trying to center it out in front of the net. Gets it through traffic, met on the far side. Again, fight off the board. Puck goes around, met by Follis. Follis back to Bentz. Bentz with a shot goes wide. Des Moines in the corner sends it back around the rails on the far end. Follis to reverse direction. Yohi tries to get it off of the wall now. Follis comes in, helps pick it out of the scramble. And back to 5-on-5 gameplay. Des Moines having the whole power play in an offensive position. Can't make anything on it. Quad Cities comes out with it right away. Shot attempt just before hitting the goal line goes high, and it's a glove save by Elliott. Marin on the drop. Sends it straight to Quad Cities. Marin in the mix, gets it, sends it up to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt maintains that pass with it, tries to get it centered, stopped short by Quad Cities. They continue possession of it. Into neutral. Out of neutral. Shot. Deflected away. Stopped short. Marin clears it out. Hard back. Baker. Hard hit from the back. I'll call Marin in the corner getting help. Puck back to Quad City in neutral. They forward it up to the red line. And another pass to blue. Goldie trying to slow him down. Marin also there. Baker out in front of Des Moines' net. Puck found a way to Hildebrandt, who passes it off to McDaniel. McDaniel around one with shot. No good for McDaniel there. Quad Cities recover. No rebound for Des Moines. In and out of neutral as he dumps it just shy of the blue line. Yohe to collect. Trying to lose his tail. Sends it back to Bentz. Bentz taking his time behind the net. Back up to Yohe. Gets past him and Welch. To pass coming off of Des Moines' bench to collect on it. He takes a shot. First one is shot down. And they couldn't get in on that rebound opportunity as Quad Cities' tender glove covered it. 10:30 remaining in period two. Yohe at the faceoff. Yohe on the faceoff actually goes down and loses it. Quad Cities bring it in and out of neutral on the wall by himself. Pembroke raises a knee and shuts it down. Yohe collects on it, dumps it. It's a race to respond. Yohe going to get there first, actually. Again, loses his skates. Pops up quickly. Quad Cities meets it along spectators board, maintain forward momentum as they come in and out around several Bucs players. Pass it off, shot attempt, deflected by Elliott. Puck stays in play, another shot attempt shut down. Hard trip, going to be assessed. Going to be assessed against the Quad City Ice Eagles back into the net. I think that was the pass that came down hard. And at 9:35 in period two, Des Moines heading into a power play again. Marin on it. Couldn't quite see who won or lost it there again, with that being kind of that blind corner. Puck dumped in by Quad Cities, met over on the far side as it took a trip all the way around along the boards. Quad trying to recover, shot goes way wide. Des Moines going to be the only one to respond. Up to Fallis, and then to Smith in neutral. Smith stays with it, changes direction, sends it back intended for Marin. Couldn't get to him. Bentz on the back end. Sends it back into the mix. Quad City to recover. Mets at the blue line. In and out of neutral. Works around Bentz for a second. Then Bentz finds an open opportunity to knock it back. Quad City's inching their way up to the net. Elliott covering that corner. Quad City's try to come in from the other side. Elliott sends it around. Another save. And Des Moines dumped it in deep. Icing call on Des Moines. Clock again continues to count down. As soon as we drop this puck, power play will be over. Quad City shoot stops short in front of Bucs net. Bucs clear it out. McDaniel to Yohe. Yohe around one. Yohe working his way up. Tries to get a McDaniel to sneak it in. Doesn't connect on that. Puck turns over to Quad City as they with speed. In and out of neutral around one. Tries to send it in with Muddy. Makes him lose his own feet. Des Moines collects. Tries with the cross ice pass to send it out. McDaniel was on that one. Over on the far side of the wall, Des Moines able to dump it in deep. Van Tilburg racing to chase it down. Kind of hit a little bit of a snag in the rug there. Van Tilburg couldn't get up in time. Hildebrandt blocking it with his legs, keep it in. Marin now with it around one. Quad Cities dumps it just into neutral, making Des Moines reset. Marin right here at the wall. Quad Cities comes away, pass it over. Bucs fight for it, come out of the toss. To pass with it, working around several Quad City men in blue. Pembroke keeps it in, sends it up, gets all the way to the goal line, wide of the net. Pembroke again with it. Gets it around Quad Cities. To pass. Now Welch. Quad Cities find the loose puck. Bring it with speed in. Dump it over. It's going to go over Van Tilburg's stick. Pembroke knocks it back in deep. Smith trying to get a stick on it. Fighting for it all the way up against the boards. Loose puck comes away into neutral. Hildebrandt there on it. Smith coming in from the backside. Quad City's going to dump it out. Elliott also getting a stick on it from inside the crease. Des Moines sends and dumps it down deep. For an icing call. 5:15 left to play with the clock still counting down in period 2. Puck's down. Follis wins his faceoff. Smith, Follis, and down the line. Baker there. Hildebrandt sends it back. Baker to pick it up. Baker tosses it up. Hildebrandt running for it. Hildebrandt responds. Can't get very far with it. Quad City shut it down. Maintain play. Working around a few Des Moines players. Smith trying to go after it. Loses his skates. We're going to have a delayed penalty. Hooking call. Hooking call comes to number 5, Carson Follis, with 4:24 left to play. This is the first penalty this game being assessed to Des Moines. On the drop this time, number 11 to pass with it. Changes hands a few times. Quad City keeps it in. Passes it from one D to the other. Up the middle. Stop short. Elliott with a pounce. Another pounce. That one. Oops. That one getting a save. Sorry, by 44, not 11. Another one sent by Quad City is deflected, and it goes wide into the corner. Baker now with it behind the net. She's got one out in front. Runs interference instead. Lets the pass pick it up, sends it along the boards. McDaniel sweeps it back. Quad City's on it. McDaniel deflects it away off of his skates. Quad Cities can't get it up. One save and two saves, both by Elliott. Now some fights going on and kicking happening as Elliott's down. Defenders trying to watch their man. And for the roughing call to pass is also going to hit the box. Minute and a half to him. But as that player was getting awfully close with Elliott, they were defending their goalie. So we have 20 seconds still for Carson being out. Fallis, new minute and a half for to pass. And we are playing 5-on-3. We're going to get a delay penalty this time as Marin went down, tripped up along the backboards. They pull Elliott. Marin with it on the wall. And we finally get that delayed penalty whistle blown. 2:52 left. A minute left on Des Moines' penalty against a pass. And we will get to see 30 seconds of a power play here in a minute. So we have 4-on-4 at the moment as both teams have somebody sitting in the box. Again, 2:52 on the clock in period 2. This netting is severely annoying. I apologize. On the drop was Smith. Fighting for it off of the wall. Quad Cities come out with it. Buckland did re-enter the crease, so we do have a goalie in net again. Hildebrandt with it, working his way up. No one there. Takes a shot attempt. Forgets the puck. Tries to reset. Overcorrected himself and ended up falling. Hildebrandt over in the far corner. Smith there looking to help him out. Now Smith running it down. Quad City's going to get to it first. Quad Cities pass it up into neutral. Van Tilburg out in front. Des Moines waiting 20 more seconds. And first one of the game just went kind of right underneath Elliott's pad there. And he watched it, but it was almost kind of that delayed trailing. First goal of the game going to Quad Cities. 2:05 left to play. Des Moines 13 seconds left for Des Moines' penalty kill. 43 seconds left on Quad City's penalty. Yohe was at the drop on that one. Fallis with it. Gets all the way up. There's a whistle. They're saying offsides call. Des Moines back to 5 men on the ice. Clock continues to count down. And as soon as the puck drops, it'll be back to 5-on-5. Pembroke with it. Yohe was on the face-off. Yohe again. Quad Cities come away with it. Paula's trying to run it down in the corner. Shot by Des Moines. Gets all the way up to the tender. Less than 30 seconds left. Marin at the drop. Marin trying to slow him down over on the far side. Trying to lift his stick. Pembroke and Marin, Quad Cities take a shot. It's going to go wide. And that is the end of period 2. All right, back to start period 3. Totally forgot to end the period 2, sorry. 12 minutes this time up on the board. They will stop the clock. So hopefully if we have a power play, we'll actually get to do something with it. A lot of time with those power play moments when everyone's kind of taking their time getting in position. It's running down the penalty clock as well. Then Tilburg sent it back in. McDaniel was there on it for a little while. Quad Cities dumped it back into neutral. Whoop. Almost pushed you guys down the stairs. Des Moines around the backside of their net. Maintains control. Gets around. Baker was with it. Dumps it into the zone. Quad Cities respond and send it right back out. Quad Cities working all their way up. Tip it. Shot attempt was a little wide, but deflected away by Elliott. Quad Cities again trying to get up. And Elliott on a dare dives out for it. Somebody's stick got stuck in the netting. Looked like it was Van Tilburg's stick. Yohe on the drop. Des Moines maintains possessions. They pass it over to DePass. He's working around, got one behind him. Yohe comes in to help. Still on the wall, goes back and forth. Goldie meets it at the wall, can't quite slow it down enough. It goes back into the neutral zone. Bentz up to Welch. Welch gets it picked off. Bentz again comes in off the wall, tries to help him out. Straight into Quad Cities. Quad Cities knock it off the line, carry it in and out with speed. Try to pass in front of the net, can't quite connect. Des Moines to recover it. Bentz with it, sends it down deep. Quad Cities recover in their own zone. Forwards it up to the red line. Long shot attempt all the way up to Elliott. Follis on the drop this time. Pembroke and Baker both working it. Baker at the wall. Baker with some love in the corner. He goes down. He's taking his time to get back up. Looks like he got a little rattled on that one. And with that, it looks like maybe a checking call actually also got assessed to Baker. So with 9:24 left to play, minute and a half penalty kill for Des Moines. Pembroke keeps it in. Smith was looking to get to it, couldn't do so through traffic. Puck all the way back. Buckland gonna keep a hold of it. Follis on the drop. Des Moines sends it down. Smith with a little too much gas. Carson Follis just a few inches behind. Tried so hard to get there and avoid that icing call. 50 seconds left of the penalty kill. Marin takes point for Des Moines. Wins it over to Pembroke. Pembroke brings it in and out, dumps it in as soon as he hits the blue. McDaniel there. Marin looking to help him out. Lots of blue around both of those players and not enough white and red. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill. Quad Cities with it as they come out into neutral, maintaining forward control. Marin and Pembroke both trying to slow him down. He's going to dump it and send it around the boards. Single buck there with double pressure on him in the corner. Des Moines looked like they came away with it for a second. I see McDaniel's reflection. McDaniel sends it over, intended for Marin. Quad City is going to get to it first in their zone. Both teams back to full strength. Quad City's with it. Des Moines meets them at the wall. Hildebrandt in there. We have another whistle. Quad City's player is down, staying down. Coach comes out. Right. That player that was down for a while looked like he was trying to stay in the game, but they called him to the bench. Yohi tripped. 7:35 left in period 3. Iowa Des Moines Bucs. Ooh, he was not happy about going to the box for that one. Slammed his stick as he went in. Des Moines with power play advantage for a minute and a half at the 7:35 minute mark, period 3. Des Moines down 1-0. Des Moines gets it up once, twice, striving hard to get that rebound in. They call it dead. There were a few shot attempts on there, and honestly, which order they all came in, I don't know, but few of them all one right after another. Yohi on it, wins. Vince with it, whiffs the attempt on it. Puck taken back by the Eagles. High shot attempt. Minute left on the power play for Des Moines to pass on the wall, and Yohi Quad send it back. Vince with it, looks, sends it in to neutral. Quad to respond. Shot going to go wide out in front. Buckland letting that one go. Picked up by Ducks defender. With gas sitting down range. Des Moines icing call with 27 seconds left on their power play left to go. 6:32 left in this final period.
Let's go, Bucs.
Looks like Fallis was there on the drop. Smith with it, neutral. Gets around one, sends it down. Fallis collects on spectators' boards, getting help from Pembroke. Away from the wall. First one doesn't go anywhere. Second one gets over to Baker. Baker up to Smith. Smith with a trip. Going to get a call on that one. And they're actually going to call a slashing call. So we just ended our power play. Start a fresh minute and a half power play for slashing. 6:04 left to play. Yohi at point. Yohi won it, but it missed the D-man, and it's going to be a run to pick it up. Baker and Pembroke both in the mix. Quad City comes away with it, gets it up to the net. It's just going to be on the back end. Des Moines to recover with speed. To pass, in and out. Tries to get around. Puck out in front of him. Pembroke with his soccer skills kicks it back into the zone. To pass, plays it out of the corner. Dan Tilburg looking to come into the mix. Yohi also there on the far side. Puck clears out. Iowa swaps sides in the right order. McDaniel with the shot. Deflected off of Quad City's legs. They're going to pick it up in the corner. Yohi at the wall. Sends it back down range. To pass, tries to get there. Loses his skates off the net. Quad Cities take it over. 25 seconds left on the power play. Shot deflected, goes wide into spectators' corner. McDaniel was bringing the puck up into neutral, kind of lost it, looked back over his shoulder for it, got it picked off. Puck goes high. Hildebrandt on it. Into Smith. Smith working his way up. Shot and a save. Smith and Hildebrandt again both over on the other side. Quad Cities get it around Marin. Bentz with it. Bentz sends it back in deep to his other D-man and back to Bentz. Bentz up to Hildebrandt. Kind of loses it in his feet. Quad Cities steal it off. Get around several. Long shot right up the middle. Saved by Buckland. Both sides back to 5 men. 3:58 left to play. Yohe on the drop.
Come on, Carson. 1 goal. Let's go.
Carson going hard. He sends it. Going to go wide left. City Eagles pick it up. Bents off of the wall to Yohe. Yohe hits it. Deflected. Goes up high. Quad City to find and land it. With speed in and out. Goldie there tries to slow him down. Bents out in front of the net. Deflects it away. Des Moines to reclaim it. Fallis again with it. Tries to get around one over in the wall. Sends it down. No one there except Quad Cities. They continue to around the world on the boards. Bents finds it. Tries to send it out. Dumps it to pass with it. The Quad Cities going to recover the loose puck. Sends it in deep. Wide for Des Moines to pick up. He loses his skates. Quad City's going to pick it up with a red to pass, making him work hard for it. McDaniel also in the mix. A little bit of a back check there. Van Tilburg. Oh, shot is kicked out and deflected. Van Tilburg loses again. Pass tries to send a slapper, instead just sends it cross ice. Van Tilburg there sends it up. Smith trying to get to it before Quad does, and able to do so. Quads pick it up in neutral. 2 minutes left to play. Single quad in the entire Bucs team. Steal the puck back. Smith with it. Smith around 2. Several out in front. Trying to get it to McDaniel. Baker slams it back in from the blue. Hildebrandt and McDaniel on both sides. McDaniel loses his feet. Puck comes out into neutral. Baker going to find it. Baker trying to reset. Sends it in to the middle. Quad pick it up. Pembroke on it. Back to Quad City Eagles. Slowed down by Baker's glove there. Up to Fallis. Fallis tries to get it around. Sandwiched on the stick. Pembroke again. Marin trying to run interference as Pembroke sends it over to Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg up. Yohe with it. Yohe all the way up. Yohe's first attempt wasn't good. They tried for a rebound attempt. Couldn't get that one in. Puck stays in play. Fallis with it. Yohe in the mix. Pass Marin. Pembroke at the wall. Marin also in there. Pembroke and Marin both collide. They're both up. Des Moines pulls their goalie, it looked like. 20 seconds left. Marin with it. Little foot action. Marin with the shot. It goes wide. And 13.4 seconds left. 13.4 seconds in the final period to pass on the drop. And Des Moines again with the pulled goalie. Vince hit one up and it bounced high. Vince recollects on it. Vince with another shot attempt and another saved shot right at the buzzer. And folks, that's it. That's the final buzzer of the final game of the final tournament. I know I only got to be here the last couple of weekends, but from Shane and I, we appreciate all of the family and everybody that chimes in to watch. We always love seeing the kiddos that come back on and watch too, so hopefully we do a good job so you guys can assess your own games, be able to watch them back, and also get some of those moments again to see some of your highlights from throughout the season. Now for a nice drive home. Some of these kids going off to summer hockey and camps and other things, but thank you as always for tuning in.